Hey everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel. Dave Ganderil's here. This channel is focused on wealth development, streams of income, ways to earn online, crypto markets, forex markets, other opportunities. So if you're looking for ways to generate streams of income, you've found a good channel to follow. If you like the content and you want to be notified, please subscribe and click the little bell so that you get an email every time I put out a new video. So I'm going to make another video today. I made one earlier about my progress to six figures in this opportunity. I'm actually going to talk about a new crypto that I haven't talked about on here that I'd like to share some information, share my thoughts, some ideas of where things can go based on what I see on the charts. So again, before you leave the channel, make sure you subscribe and like and share and comment. And also in the video itself, make sure you click the show more. You'll find ways to get started if it's an opportunity. You'll find ways to contact me, and you'll get some more information that you won't, that you'll see in advance of you watching the video. In case you just want to like skip to getting started based on what you've already been following me, or maybe you're not interested in the video based on what I write in the description, then you won't waste your time watching it. So again, just like I said, I look forward to having you as a subscriber. Please like, share, and comment on the video, and give me some feedback if you like the content, what you'd like to hear more of. I know for sure you guys like crypto, so we're going to talk about a new coin today that I brought up here. Let's just dive right in, keep the video to the point. So this is UniSwap against the Tether on the Binance platform. As you can see here, there's a they call this one a deep crab. So this popped up on the chart, and I just want to kind of give you my thoughts. So what you got, this is a bullish pattern. So as you can see, when you zoom out to the daily, you could see, UniSwap has been very, very positive, right? I mean, it's been nothing but on an upward track here. So it's doing really well. It's been a pretty crazy ride here. If you really zoom out here, maybe go in even into the week, you could just see like the crazy move it's done. Since of October of last year, it's been crazy. So that's really where the data starts. But this is where we are right now. And you always want to take a step back. You always want to go out to the highest time frame and then work your way in. So you can see nothing but bullish tendencies here. When you drive down to the daily, you can continue to see it. I got it on the log scale to kind of make it a little easier to read and plot. And then you just keep driving down lower. And when you go lower, again, you could still just see a lot of positive momentum here in this one. But what I want to talk about today specifically is down in the 1 hour time frame, there's a pattern that showed up. And when you look at the overall movement of price, you could kind of see, a little flattening here, and then it took off again. And if you just throw a fib on here, maybe from here up to the peak here, you can see it's already reacting to the 0.5. So as I've said in the past, there's a lot of action that typically happens in this time frame, in this fib retracement area. So price action will bounce typically anywhere from 0.5 to 0.68, and then usually the target, there's a target up here for the algorithms. So when these patterns arrive, I'm going to get rid of the fib for now. When these patterns arrive, you could start drawing some pitchforks on here to kind of see how things could play out. So take that. The typical one is XCD. That kind of gives you, looks kind of like a downward sloping, pattern. Now the other one you could do is also from the swing high to swing low. So now, you don't have enough price action to really see where this is going. But for lack of anything else right now, if you go high to low, you go to the previous low. So this was a low, this is part of the pivot, so the previous low is right back here. So for now, you just stick it on that point, and you kind of see what price action is going to do here. Now, this pattern is a positive bullish pattern, and to get some of the targets, what you do is you go from A to D to get the fib retracement. And so you would draw, this to here, and then you would, some of the targets that you'd be looking for when it bounces off, one it would be at 38, and then there's another one at 618. So let me again take this off. Now you can start seeing, again, like I mentioned earlier on this pivot, once it moves away 15 to 20%. Away from this pivot, there's an 80% chance that it's going to come back to the mean. So if it comes back to the mean, you're going to see this was target 1. And this is target 2. Let me just turn off the Bollinger Bands just to clean it and make it easier for you. So when you lay out these pitchforks and you kind of like see where things are and where they can go, you can very easily see that. Let me increase this a little bit. This is a little tough to see. So you can see that, the 32 retracement off this bottom coming back up is before the median line, and the target 2, depending on how quickly it happens. If it happens here, then target 2 may not be hit. But as as time takes on and it starts moving back up, you can see how very easily target 2 could be met. So again, this is a very bullish target, pattern. And all you can do is set it up and kind of just wait for things to happen with this pattern. And now, like I said, with the overall retracement of the pivot from here to here, even though it was like a double top here, really you're probably picking this as the pivot. But from this previous run up and this little bit of consolidation, now the retracement, you can see that it's come down, down to here to, I guess this would be the pivot. You can see that it's come down and touched the range. It's touched within this range that I was telling you about. So right now, this is where you would have been dollar cost averaging into a position, and now you're waiting for it to bounce. And like I said, there's no guarantee here, but these pitchforks in the median line, if you read the theory behind them, they always say, the off the bottom pivot or off the top pivot, there's an 80% chance that price action will go back to the median line. So, not only is this bullish, not only has the retracement kind of bounced off the 618, so you got two things of correlation or confluence, as they say in trading. You're looking for the pros and the cons, and what's making you get in the trade and what's making you not get in the trade. And again, I can't stress that enough. There's nothing wrong with not taking a trade if you don't feel comfortable about the trade. And as I was showing you earlier, it's very bullish, so you don't want to go negative against this trend. Trend is your friend, right? So with all being said, it's bullish. The retracement's happening. It's bouncing off here. This pattern showed up, the deep crab pattern, and we'll see what happens. I just want to lay out, again, just so you can see it a little easier. This is the price target. This is the price target. Now what you can also do, looking to the left here, if you really wanted to, you could start checking where possible resistance areas are going to be. You can see there's a couple things happening over here, which is just above this target, so this target's probably okay. And then when you get up to this target, you kind of see a lot of wicks supporting it on the upside. As it was coming down, it was supporting. So all this support that you have here is going to be resistance. So again, this target's at the 618, but you might consider getting out a little bit earlier. So you have to decide that for yourself. Depending on how strong the move is, you might get your position filled. If you want to be safe, then maybe you take a little bit less and you get out before everybody's looking to get out. You got to realize you're not the only one looking to get out at this retracement level. These are fib levels. These are very common trading levels. And all the traders out there are trying to do the same thing. So not that you're going to outwit them, but if you don't want to compete in the order books and the sales on this UniSwap crypto, if you want to just get out before everyone else is trying to get out, just put your price a little bit lower. Don't get greedy. That way you're building your account and you can come back in after the next move, after the retracement, and after you set up the next pattern to wait for the trap for price action, then you get into the next trade. Again, you got to chip away. There's two mindsets you have to have. If you're a hodler and you're holding stuff long term, that's fine. And then you have your trading account. Trading account, you can't get emotionally attached to the coin. You're just looking for profits. You get in, you get out, you keep the emotions out of it. You just stay to your trading plan and your structure, and all your reasons to get into the trade are met. And by doing that, you keep the emotions out of it and you make it mechanical. And when you do it mechanical and you don't let your greed or your fear or anything else, you use proper risk management, and you'll do okay. Again, I can't stress enough that most traders fail because of emotions. Most people fail because they don't use proper risk management. So again, if you're looking to become a manual trader instead of just having software work for you, you got to work on your mindset. You got to work on your trading plan. You got to develop what it takes for you to get into a trade and what it takes for you to get out of a trade, and stick to it. Don't start chasing it. Don't say, okay, well, it retrace, it'll come back. Just stick with your plan and make it methodical, make it mechanical, and you got to be able to walk away from a loss, because not every trade is going to be profitable. And the goal is to lose less than you win. So by sticking to your plan and saying, all right, I'm only going to risk 3% of my portfolio, no matter what happens, just risk that 3% and walk away, and maybe step away from trading for the day. Tomorrow you come back, you'll have a fresh mind. Maybe you could do some post-mortem, so to speak, on the trade and see if you did something wrong. If you did everything right and you stuck to your plan, then just wait for the next trade. Don't get hung up on why it went south. There's a lot of manipulation sometimes that come in. There's big money, big whales that can influence the crypto market, since it's under $2 trillion of market cap. It's not as big as the Forex, and big banks don't have to be involved here to influence, low volume cryptos. So, that's why sometimes it's better to stick to like the Bitcoins and the Ethereums, because it's higher volumes and not so manipulative, as some of these smaller ones can be. All right, guys. So you can see it's, slowly pulling away from the pivot. What you can do here, let me just take off this right here. And let me just show you something. What you can do, I keep mentioning the 15%, and this is just what I've heard, so don't quote me on it. But if you put this here, if you put this on the pivot, this green line I have here, I actually decided to have a 0.15 fib level for that purpose, so I could see when price action kind of breaches that level. Now you got, a higher percent chance that it's actually going to get to the median line. And again, everything could go up and everything could come down. So as this is moving up, right now your stop loss should be down here somewhere. As this is moving up, you keep tucking in your stop loss behind previous pivots, because you're assuming you got to look for support and resistance lines, and you want to keep your stop loss on a positive going trade underneath that support line, because you're assuming that if price action comes down, that support line is going to stop it from going any further, and you'll stay in the trade. Now, if it breaks through that support line, then things are going to go south, and you want to get out of that trade. So that's why, as you're moving up here, slowly move your trade to break even where you're not losing any money. If it moves up further, move it over here. Now you've guaranteed yourself from your entry to wherever your stop loss is, profits, and you just kind of follow your trade higher and decide to get out. Maybe you get out 50% on this first target. You leave the other 50% to come up to the second target. Maybe at the second target, you take out another 25%. And now you got, along the way, you're moving up your stop loss. So now you still have 20% of your position for in case it continues to go higher. And if not, if it turns south, you've moved your stop loss out and you've still guaranteed yourself some profits on that last 25%. And again, that's just my strategy. You got to decide what's good for you. I do want to make sure you're aware, like always, I have to say it. I don't know why we have to keep saying it, but we just got to make sure you guys are aware. I'm not a financial advisor. I'm not certified. If you're looking for financial advice, go find a professional that's certified to do that. I'm just a guy on YouTube, as all the other YouTube people say, and I'm just kind of sharing you my thoughts on the charts. In the end, you got to decide when to get into a trade. This channel should not be considered trade signals. More importantly, it should be considered educational to show you how to put these patterns on the chart, put some pitchforks on the chart, figure out some support and resistance, some targets, and come up with a strategy for yourself to take trades. So you got to practice, you got to get on the charts, kind of find, go to TradingView, find all these things, kind of replicate what I have here and see if you see what I see. Come up with this target's based on this fib retracement. First one's 32, second one's 618. 6.5 is also a hot spot. And then do what I said, do what I did the other way. Check to see based on this pivot, how far down has it come? How far down has it retraced? It's retraced down to the 0.5. So right there, high probability that it might change direction and go back up again and target this. So that last 25% that you didn't take out on target 2, maybe you try to leave it in to see if it's going to hit this 414 number. That would be your target for somewhere between 414 and 168. I'm sorry, 1.618. So somewhere up here, as time goes on, if you're assuming it's going to stay in this pitchfork range, somewhere over here, the 13th, 3 days from now, maybe price action will hit this target up here. So you got to decide when to get out. I would certainly suggest you scaling in and scaling out. Dollar cost average into a position, dollar cost average out of a position. So with that being said, I don't want to make this video any longer, but this is UniSwap. This is just another coin that I wanted to share with you guys. Just kind of picking and choosing different coins. So no rhyme to the reason, but thought maybe you guys might be interested in seeing this and seeing a strategy to set up, based on harmonic patterns and pitchforks and support and resistance and targets, how you can go about, possibly taking a trade. Again, follow the trend. Trend is your friend. And a rule of thumb that I've always heard was, based on this pitchfork, as long as it moves 15% or more away from the pivot, there's a high probability that it'll get to the median line. So what we'll do in a couple days, or as price action shows itself, I'll come back and I'll make another video and see how this played out. See if our trap played out. If not, we'll see what reality is and we'll adjust the pitchfork. Maybe price action is more like that, or down like that. Whatever it turns out being. But right now this is all we have, and that's all we can go by. The pivot from here, this pivot from here, and when these cross, like I mentioned a couple of videos ago, when you see these crosses in these pitchforks, those are areas like you'll start seeing some movement in price based on these crosses. So So as price action goes, this is a 1 hour chart. So as a couple hours pass, you're gonna get to this cross, and maybe then you'll start seeing some impulsive moves in this price action in one direction or the other. These crosses tend to create price movement action. When time elapses in a cross, they tend to have some increased volatility in the price action. So keep an eye on that. Let's see what happens when we come back. We could look at these and see if during these points of cross, if there was any major pushes in one direction or the other. So with that being said, please subscribe to my channel, like, share, comment. Let me know if you like UniSwap. Is there anything good or bad about it? Let's have a dialogue in the chat to see what you guys are thinking about UniSwap. It looks very bullish to me, although it's moved a lot already. I can get into a bigger picture analysis, like on the daily chart, to see where, based on Elliott wave, where we can go here. But for now, I'm just worried about the next couple hours, next couple days on this one. And we could circle back and talk about the bigger picture on this down the road. If you guys have any price targets, throw them in the comments, and we can see your comments and what I come up with, if it matches or if it's different, and we can kind of talk through and see what you guys are thinking. All right, guys, take care. Look forward to having you as a subscriber. Please subscribe, click the little bell, like and comment, and I'll be putting out more videos for you. Take care.